Hello everybody, it's Blake from Those Internet Kids, and today I'm going to bring you an episode of Democracy 3. This game goes into politics, I will warn you, and it also goes into very controversial topics, just as a warning. So, the premise of the game is to run a country and make it great. Make it the best country in the world. And it's hyper-realistic, so there are a lot of things that come into factor, like gaining the popularity of the voters and generally overall making the country better. So you get to choose your country in this menu. An interesting little thing that I found is that they have little tiny things like tea consumption, croissant consumption, beer. This is just Big Mac and beef. Then we have maple syrup and moose population. I found that really funny. And Vegemite consumption. And I thought that was a cool little thing. So today, I think, let's go as France. We're going to go in as France with a population of 65 million people, 674 square miles, or over 674,000 square miles, my bad. 81-year life expectancy. Nah, I can't speak today. Anyway, and 50 million per week croissant consumption. We'll just go default that. That's all the difficulty settings and everything. I won't touch those. I was going to bring you another episode of Game DX, but my game was lagging for some reason just in the middle of the recording. Congratulations on your election victory. This is the summary of your country. You get this each term, and it just gives you the general stats of your country. Like, the health isn't good, the GDP is not good, unemployment is not that good either, but crime, poverty, and education are all in the green. So in this country, we're going to work on the GDP, the health, and the unemployment. Education, we're also probably going to boost in the process to get the GDP up, and crime is probably going to go down, or I'm probably going to eliminate crime at some point. Now, on the screen, it may look very, very confusing, and it is. It is absolutely confusing when you first start. But the general census that I found is red is bad, white are your modifiers, and blue are your views. So if I were to go, what's the crime in my country? Or violent crime. There we go. There's the overall view. If I was to look at these are bad. You have the stop trigger and the start trigger, which is the red and green lines on the screen. And then you have your modifiers. These are the things you modify to modify other things in the country. So if I were to say increase the military spending, then patriots would like me more, unemployment would go down, state employees would like me more, and liberals would like me less. That's kind of what the game is. So let's get this started, and I think the first thing I'm going to focus on is health, which is down here. And a cool thing that you could do in this game, instead of just going into these little bubbles and seeing each thing individually, you can hover over them, and they can show you exclusively what they affect. So art subsidies affects foreign relations, tourism, and unemployment. It negatively impacts unemployment, and that's a good thing. However, this is the unemployment. Yeah, this is fun. So we're going to deal with public services or the health first. So far we have a doctor strike, asthma epidemic, and obesity epidemic, or whatever it is. So I think let's tackle the doctor strike, because that causes the most issues with health. So what is causing it? Labor laws, in wages, and trade unionists, and the fact that we don't have a lot of state health services, and the unemployment's also decreasing it. So I'm going to go over to labor laws. Very, very controversial. To get rid of the doctor strike, I'm going to bring this about towards the center, which is, it's just balanced. And then I'm also going to go to the state health service, and I'm going to increase that by, well, that's 34 billion. I'm going to make it 36 billion this time. And I don't have enough capital. Okay, how much capital do I have? 7. I don't have much to do anything. This is your policy ideas. You could go through this and implement other things into your country. Like, say, I want to implement the plastic bag tax, which actually I kind of want to do. So I'll just crank that up to maximum. Environmentalists will like it. And that's probably all I can do for this entire turn. I can do community policing, which I won't do yet because I'm in a deficit. And I'm in a $674 billion debt. So we're going to go on to the next, I'm going to say month. The GDP has gone up, health has remained the same, and everything else has remained the same. A law has been proposed to regulate the fat content and nutritional value of food sold to children, including food sold in fast food restaurants and, of course, food served in schools. This is likely to incur costs for food retailers, leave the law unchanged, or regulate children's food. I do believe that this should be regulated because it's healthier for you. So it's very healthy for you. So that's why I'm going to keep that. And wow, we already have 79% of the vote. That is pretty impressive. Okay, so let's look at the doctor strike. And you see it's going way down because we changed the labor laws and we've increased the state services. That should be done in a couple turns. And when that's done, our health should go up a ton, and the parents should like us more, which is great. I think the next thing we should tackle is the organized crime. Organized crime is causing more crime and other violent crimes. So, to conquer that, narcotics, what do they want? Since we outlawed narcotics, it's really doing nothing. But if we legalize marijuana, organized crime will go down, legal drug consumption will go down, conservatives will hate us, parents will not like us, and crime will go up. So I'm gonna just keep that there. Other ways we can reduce the crime rate or violent crimes, is putting community policing in. Violent crimes go down, crime in general goes down, racial tension goes down. We'll put this in max because why not? And because we put that in max, I don't think we can raise any taxes. Not going to raise property tax. Our end goal for that, for corporation tax, is to get rid of it. So this uncompetitive economy goes out of the window because that really does a heavy hit on the GDP. What is this? Capital gains tax? I'll just increase that by maybe a couple billion. Relatively kind of unaffecting people. We still got 22, so handgun laws. What's that at? License required. I can't change it because I don't have enough political capital. Up in this corner is political capital, and it tells you what you can and cannot do. Is what it essentially is. Police force. I think I'm going to raise the police force to 8 billion. Reduce crime, violent crime, and unemployment. Just crank that up to maximum. Okay. Yeah. Let's also alcohol law. We will actually, instead of changing the alcohol law, we'll put the where is it? Tax. Oh, we can't put the alcohol tax in. Dang it! I would have loved to put the alcohol tax in. Let's put in. What do they have? Food standards. We need stuff that will make us money, or that can make us money in the future, like small business grants. There we go. And that will stimulate the GDP, giving us more money in the future. Ban alcohol adverts. There's a proposal for a law to outlaw the advertising of alcohol on television, although it would remain legal to advertise on radio, billboards, and other means. A TV ban is seen as a potential way to reduce alcohol intake and for our citizens. I think I'm gonna reject the ban because if you still have it on the radio, if you still have it on all the other stuff, what's the difference of putting it on TV or stopping it on TV? Okay, unemployment's gone down, the GDP has gone up, and so is the health. So that is good. The Human Rights Society has been... Human Rights Society? Why? Why are you so... Why? Okay, you know what? Just screw it. We have a pretty ineffective security. We have surplus of 7 billion now. So how's organized crime doing? We literally did nothing to organize crime. Intelligence service is what we need to build. So let's just put that up maximum. Is that maximum? Nope, maximum. There we go. Get just tank on the organized crime. How's the doctor strike? It's gone back up. What? Why? I thought I put state health... Where's the state health service? There we are. I thought I put you to maximum. Oh, no, I didn't because it costed so much. Let's put that... Let's raise that to 7 billion. Or what's that? 37 billion. Ugh. Car company shuts plant. Aw. Credit rating upgraded, though. That's good. An 18 billion surplus. You see, this is what happens when you put small business grants in. They really work. As another thing to get us a bit more money, I'll put in, and to make the environment better, I'll put the telecommunicative initiative in. This really helps with environments, with the environment stuff. So how's the doctor strike going down? State health service. I'll just crank that up to maximum. That should work. Okay. Organized crime's going down, which is great. How's our GDP? Where's the GDP? There's the GDP. Our GDP's gone up. Now, a combination in this game that I found to be really useful, let's see if I can do it, is if you put childcare provisions in and then also put on maternity leave to, I think, like, pretty much if you put maternity leave to this and then put on childcare provisions to maximum, it pretty much nullifies the maternity leave and makes it a lot easier. And I have no more political capital. Okay. Well, this is the summary screen that you'll see next time, guys, because I'm all out of time. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like if you enjoyed this content. Comment on the games I should play or how I should improve my content. Subscribe to support Haley and I, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye!